Wow, this really isn't your average looking laptop. It's quite different. So ASUS has let us have a look at their new Zenbook A14. And it has a lot of new and innovative technologies built into it, some really cutting edge stuff that's designed to make it stand apart from other laptops. You can almost say that they've kind of made it life-proof, but what does that even mean? Hi, I'm Val Quinn from GadgetGuy, and we're going to meditate on this and just see how the ASUS Zenbook A14 fits into your everyday life.
Elevate gym life, meditate, stay hydrated, please just regulate. Elevate gym life, meditate, stay hydrated, please just regulate.
First thing that struck me when I picked up the Zenbook A14 was the weight. It's really amazing. It's under 1 kilogram. And the thing is, with something like this, when you pick it up, it actually feels like it's empty inside, but it actually has a huge battery. More on that later. But ultimately, you know, you just tuck it under your arm. You can run up and down a few flights of stairs, hop on a plane, take it with you, and you know, it just feels so comfortable under the arm. Also, the materials themselves, this is quite unique. This is called Ceraluminum, and it's a combination of ceramic and aluminum that ASUS has made in its lab, and it's really got some unique properties about it. I mean, one is it's got this sort of soft, muted feel about it, and it really lends to the design. I'd have to say that the Zenbook looks quite architectural. It comes in 2 colors. This is Zabriskie beige, and I hope I pronounced that right, but you can also get a cloud gray. So this is more sort of a warm tone, but the cloud gray is more of a cooler tone. And you'll also notice inside that everything is tonally matched, meaning that the keyboard, the trackpad, and the actual case all work together. So I think that the look is really quite sophisticated and also a little different than what you get with other laptops. And look, I have to be totally honest, I did look at the ASUS website and I took a look at some of the pictures for the ASUS, and I've tonally matched myself. So hey, why not give it a try, right? In spirit. So apart from its unique looks and texture, Ceraluminum has been designed to be very lightweight as well as strong. So it actually has the mil standard 810H specification, and that's a series of tests including drop, vibration, temperature, high and low, as well as altitude. So you could knock it off a desk, and this material will help it absorb the shock. So I have reviewed this, and you can see that on GadgetGuy. We'll put a link in the description. But the characteristics of Ceraluminum that I really like are the anti-wear, anti-scratch, and the smudge-free nature of it. And even the keycaps are anti-smudge, so you don't have to worry about those fingerprints. Here's a quick smudge test. I got a bit of moisturizing cream on my hands. And now open it up. Yeah, it looks good. There are a few little marks here, but the point is that you really don't see a lot of fingerprints like you would a metal case. Also, when I'm taking it somewhere, if I'm putting it in my bag, I don't have to worry about what it's rubbing up against and scratching the sides. And if you're going to put something on top of it again, you don't have to worry about it marking up like it would otherwise with a metallic case. So it really does have that durability to last the distance. Let's do a quick tour of the specifications in the Zenbook A14. The model I have here has the Qualcomm Snapdragon Elite X processor, plus there's 32 gigabytes of RAM, and there is a 16 gigabyte model as well. It has a 1 terabyte solid state drive, and this model in particular has a full HD camera that supports Windows Hello. Port-wise, we have 2 USB-C, and this is type 4, so it's 40 gigabits per second for data transfers. It supports 2 monitors, 2 4K monitors, and it does power delivery as well, up to 100 watts, so you can plug in your power cable here. There is an HDMI 2.1 port, and that is the fast type that supports high frame rates and 120 hertz across that to external monitors. There's a combined 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, and on the other side we have a single USB-C type A connector. I think it's version 3.2. So this is a AI PC, so it comes with Windows' Copilot Plus, and that means that it has to have a whole bunch of different specifications to support the AI tasks that it does. Now, you can do all kinds of things here, like you can use Copilot to look up things, to check over what you've written. You can also use generative AI to help you create images or refine images, maybe work on logos and come up with new designs. So there's so many different things that your laptop can do. Also, there's all kinds of behind-the-scene things like enhancing your video and audio quality using AI as well. So having that foundation, I think, is really important in this day and age. And with ASUS, they actually offer you a lot of different choices when it comes to the AI that you want. For example, you can have an Intel chip, an AMD chip, or a Qualcomm one. I think with the Zenbook A14, having the Qualcomm one is good because it's quite a balanced all-arounder in terms of excellent battery life as well as lots of capabilities. For me, I've been doing some video editing on here, a lot of cleanup with images using AI tools for that. Plus, I like to use Copilot to research some of the things that I'm looking into. So I found it very useful for me. A little more about the Snapdragon Elite X. So this has an integrated NPU or neural processing unit as well as the CPU and GPU. It's rated at 3.2 gigahertz and the NPU can manage 45 TOPS. So that's a lot of, well, trillions of operations per second for your AI tasks. In addition to that, it has a thermal design power or TDP rating of 45 watts. Now, this is really important because it shows just how efficient the Zenbook A14 is, because you want a laptop that's able to deliver a powerful experience, but without having to be plugged in. Older style laptops used to be the most powerful when they're plugged in, but they would lose a lot of their processing capabilities when they were unplugged. But this is actually very powerful, only using 45 watts. So you can do all kinds of tasks like content creation, design, or watching movies while this is unplugged, and it'll still give you great battery life. We did some benchmark testing too, but we compared it to an Intel-based AI PC with a Core i7. Look, I think that the performance here is really nice. It's quite powerful. It beat out the other one in a number of different tests, and I'll put that up on screen in case you're interested in those results. Oh yeah, did I mention that it weighs just under a kilo?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I also love that this supports Wi-Fi 7, and that's the latest Wi-Fi technology, which has the ability to be about 4.8 times faster than the previous Wi-Fi version. Plus, it has really fast transfer speeds because it's able to combine different network bands together for total throughput. So now there's a lot more Wi-Fi 7 devices out there. This will work on those Wi-Fi 7 networks. I've been using the keyboard for a while. I think it's quite comfortable. It's quiet. You get about 1.3 millimeters of travel, so you definitely feel that you're tapping on those keys, so good feedback there. Now the trackpad is extra large and you have some customizable programmable areas as well. And it is a physical button too, so you get that satisfying click. There's also a specially designed hinge here that keeps the friction even up to these almost closed points as well, so it stays in position quite well when you're holding it and moving it about. In terms of speakers too, these are Dolby Atmos speakers, so you'll get that nice surround sound sort of from a laptop. It's a little difficult to do, but it's good that that is supported too when you're watching your movies. I think with many of us working from different places now, especially working from home, it's really important that your laptop has the endurance to go the distance. And that's why the 70 watt-hour battery in the ASUS Zenbook A14 is pretty incredible. That's a huge battery, but it's still really lightweight. But that will give you up to 32 hours of sustained power. That's for, say, watching a 1080p movie. That'll give you 32 hours of it. ASUS has also rated it to about 28 hours if you're streaming movie from Netflix, so that is a very long binge session. Otherwise, about 19 and a half hours for doing things like emails, social scrolling, as well as looking things up online. Now, during my tests, I got about 2 days worth of work out of this, but it really does depend on what you're doing on it. When I'm doing more processor-intensive work, it'll be less, but it really is a multi-day laptop. In addition to that, the battery technology now is improved. ASUS has made it have about 20% more charge cycles, so the battery life will last longer. In terms of charging, I think it's about 49 minutes will give you 60% of the battery filled up, so you can get up and on the road quickly. The Zenbook A14 is great to watch movies on, and I think the quality of your screen is so important when it comes to laptops. So it's great that ASUS offers its Lumina OLED displays. Now this is 14 inches here on this. It has a 1920 by 1200 resolution, so that's above HD. If you want to go higher than that, you can get that on other ASUS laptops. This is an HDR screen, so it's very bright, up to 600 nits, and it has really great color reproduction. The whole idea is with OLEDs is that it can really offer that cinematic look with these really true blacks and great contrast. It's very clear and sharp as well. And of course, you want to have that color accuracy too, and it supports that 100% of the P3 gamut. OLED technology also means you can have a very thin panel. This uses a nano edge design, meaning that the borders are really, really thin. So I think it's 3.8 millimeters on each side and 7.8 millimeters on the top and bottom. Also, this has a 16:10 aspect ratio, so both wide and tall, which is good. If you're a gamer, this has a 0.02 millisecond response time. That just means it's ultra responsive for playing games. Plus, if you want to, you can run a bigger monitor out through one of the two USB-C 4 ports. There's actually support for two 4K monitors. Here's a great example of the OLED display technology on the Zenbook A14 on the right and an LED panel on the left. Now you can see that the blacks are more pure, so they're more inky black on the right-hand side versus kind of a gray black on the left. Now this is fantastic for watching movies and getting that original sort of look that the movie director intended. What's also great is that this cares for your eyes with low blue light levels, which is certified by SGS and TUV. As well, there's an ambient light sensor here that detects the ambient light level, and then it will dim the brightness or raise the brightness of your screen, which is another way of just reducing eye fatigue. Plus, it does it automatically, so you don't have to worry about it. One thing unique about ASUS is that it really supports OLED screen technology, so you'll find it in both the Zenbook A14 plus a lot of its other range of laptops too. Look, when it's all said and done, how does this measure up? Well, for me, it really is life-proof because of those key technologies and innovations that the Zenbook A14 delivers. We have that unique and clever Ceraluminum. I love the durability, the scratch resistance as well. Plus, hey, we're tonally matched. What can I say? In addition, we have that ultralight, under 1 kilogram weight, which makes it easy to take on the road with me. We get the benefit of ASUS's innovation in AI PCs. We're getting that second generation Snapdragon X Elite processor with that extra power efficiency, so you can get that real unplugged performance where you need it. And in terms of battery life, you really do get that multi-day productivity for extra long work sessions or extra long video binge sessions as well. But ultimately, you get that unplugged performance, and that's what laptops are really about. Well, thanks so much for watching our video. We really loved learning about the ASUS Zenbook A14, and I'm Val Quinn. I will see you in the next one.
Elevate gym life, meditate, stay hydrated, please just regulate. Elevate gym life, meditate, stay hydrated, please just regulate.